Not guilty pleas in court today from 8 current and former East Cleveland police officers. That group is among the growing list of now 18 officers from that department facing charges. News 5 investigator Scott Knoll's been on this story now for months. He was in the courtroom this morning. He's live now with the latest. Scott.
Yeah, Rob, of the 8 officers arraigned, 2 were police supervisors. The pair in court for the first time for what prosecutors say were their roles in an off-the-books car chase, crash, and cover-up. Former East Cleveland Police Commander Larry McDonald's body camera rolling March 12th as investigators say the driver of this Jeep SUV took off during a traffic stop and McDonald began chasing. A pursuit prosecutors say McDonald never reported to dispatchers, even as it crossed into Cleveland and ended with the Jeep crashing into a bus stop.
I knew he was going to do that.
A wreck investigators say McDonald watched happen but didn't report and simply drove away from. That body camera still rolling 19 minutes later when Sergeant Anthony Holmes called McDonald, told him a witness told police an officer was chasing the Jeep and saw the crash.
No, I wasn't in pursuit of that car. I tried to catch up with it to get the plate, then I turned around.
Today in court, Holmes, who's been suspended without pay, pleaded not guilty to charges he withheld knowledge of McDonald's involvement in the chase from investigators. And McDonald, who resigned the day he was indicted, pleaded not guilty to failing to stop for that crash, obstruction, tampering with evidence, dereliction of duty, and telecommunications fraud. Holmes also charged, along with other officers, for their roles in what prosecutors call a pattern of unlawful conduct inside the East Cleveland Police Department that investigators say included assaults on suspects after they surrendered. In court today, the mother of one of those victims, who didn't want her name used in court, asked the judge to set the highest bonds possible.
Instead of light on their personal bonds or so, because my son has suffered and still suffering, and I have too.
Ultimately, the judge did allow the 8 officers to go free on personal bonds, all scheduled to be back in court for pretrials later this month. Meanwhile, prosecutors say their investigation into East Cleveland Police continues. Live in the newsroom, I'm News 5 investigator Scott Knoll.
Okay.